Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 118 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, where I knit, and where I get into all kinds of other crafting shenanigans. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. I'm a day later than usual getting my podcasting done or my video done this week, but I'll explain why at the end of the video. So today is Sunday, July the 3rd, 2022, and we've got a nice, overly hot day today. And we're here on a holiday weekend here in the US. It's Independence Day tomorrow, and it's been a busy weekend, and it's not over until Tuesday morning. So I'm so happy to have you here with me today. And if you're a new viewer, thank you so much for checking me out. I hope you enjoy it. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back for another week to see what I've been up to and see what I've accomplished in the past week. I'm so happy to have all of you here with me today. So this past week has been busy, and I've got a fair bit done, but not near as much as I had hoped I would have done. The bonus is because I'm a day later than I anticipated, I actually have a finished object to show you. If I had filmed yesterday, as I normally would have, I wouldn't have had a finished object to show you. So, my finished object, my socks are done. If I had filmed this yesterday afternoon, the toes would not have been done. I might have actually had about 7 or 10 rows left on one of the feet, plus both toes to finish. So these are barleycorn, and this is a pattern by Eva Romine. And thank you so much to one of my viewers last week who told me how to properly pronounce this designer's name. After 2 weeks of absolutely butchering the name, I'm so sorry I pronounced it so wrong. So it's Romine, Eva Romine. And these are the barleycorn socks. These are the lap 1 socks for the Super Sock World Championship knitting contest, and these are the high octane pattern. And I really enjoyed this pattern, but I wasn't able to finish them on time for them to qualify for points, or to even finish them on time. I opted to do one fewer repeat than was regulation, and I prefer them this length because fat legs, fat calves, and these fit nicer. They're a much better fit when they're not so long a leg. The extra repeat would have made them a good at least 2 to 3 inches longer than they already are. So this is a nice length. I love the heel on this. You gradually increased, then did the heel turn, and then you decreased again. So it made for a nice heel where you didn't have to pick up stitches. You broadened out the heel and then you brought it back in again. And it makes for a really nice heel. The lace pattern doesn't quite show up probably quite as well as it could have. I probably should have used a more solid yarn than I did. The yarn I did use is my own hand-dyed yarn. And as you sometimes see with hand-dyed yarns, one end of the skein is darker and the colors are more concentrated than the other end of the skein. And I guess it's just the way more yarn, more of the dye strikes faster on parts of the skein than on other parts. So I like them either which way. But I do think that they probably would have been the lace would have been more apparent if I had used a less speckly, less colorful skein of yarn. But either way, I like them. So that's barley corn. Patterns on Ravelry, it might not be available to those outside of the Super Sock World Championship group. It might not be available outside that group until later this summer, but I suspect it probably will be available at a later date for those that weren't able to get the pattern or weren't able to get involved with the competition. I don't know what I'm drinking. It's a drink I bought the other day. Clementine and peach. San Pellegrino? I don't know. It's sparkling water, carbonated water with mandarin or clementine and peach flavors. It's quite nice. I like it. We bought a small case. I think it was a 6 or 8 pack of these, plus some flavored caffeinated Perrier water. Those, I don't have those in the fridge yet, so this feels good. It's cold. I like. So those are my socks. My finished object for this week. I kept messing up with the deadlines on this. For some reason, I initially thought that the deadline for this pair of socks was on the 28th of June. And I suspect I thought it was that date because that date was in my mind because it's my sister's birthday on the 28th. Or was my sister's birthday on the 28th. And then once I figured out that the deadline was on Wednesday, not Tuesday, I thought I might be able to make it. Because I thought the deadline was at 10 o'clock at night on the 29th. I clearly was having troubles with my reading comprehension earlier this week. So I thought on the second round, I thought that of my second round of thinking when the deadline was. I thought it was 10 p.m. on Wednesday. And no, the deadline was listed on there as 10 PDT, or Pacific Daylight Time. And I'm in the Eastern time zone, so that was 1 o'clock, my time zone, in the afternoon, not 10 at night. So I think what happened is I just wasn't reading very carefully and wasn't really paying attention at all. And I saw the 10 and the P. And I took it from there. I translated that to being 10 p.m. I was not done at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I still wasn't done at 10 o'clock at night. Anyway, I just finished them this morning. So, anyway, and I wasn't eligible for points anyway because I modified the pattern by making it shorter than the way the pattern was written. So, and that was fine because I didn't make the deadline. So the only other project I worked on this week, or since I last saw you, was my Miss May shawl MKAL, the mystery shawl by Helen Stewart. And I worked on that a little bit on the weekend after I saw you last. I finished the 3rd clue, and then once I finished the 3rd clue, the 4th clue came out on Tuesday morning, and since I was thinking that I had a Tuesday deadline for the socks, I was frantically knitting on the socks in hopes that I might finish them on time. So clue number 4 came out Tuesday morning, early Tuesday morning, and I just started working on clue 4 today. So I will show you my progress, but I basically, since I last saw you, I have added 5 rows to the shawl. I finished the last 3 rows from clue 3, and I've done the first 2 rows of clue number 4. So it's really not going to look at all much different than what it did last week, but I will show it to you. And since it is a mystery knit along, I'm going to put a spoiler warning out so that if you don't want the design to be, the mystery to be spoiled for you. So since this is still a mystery and the final clue has not come out, that won't come out until next week, I will put up a spoiler alert and warn you and let you know what time it's safe to come back again. And so that way I can show you what I've knit so far, and the surprise and the mystery portion of it won't be spoiled for anyone that's still working on it and still wants this to remain a surprise. So for this shawl I am using Cloudborne Fibers. It's from Webs. Cloudborne Fibers, the Highland Superwash Sock Twist. I'm using 4 colors as suggested in the pattern. You can either do the pattern with 4 colors. It's written for 4 colors. You can do it as a solid if you wish. So the colors I'm using are Lagoon, Taupe Heather, Ocean, and Stone Heather. And as I mentioned, I am currently working on clue number 4. And I hope to get clue number 4 complete before clue number 5. The final clue comes out on Tuesday. Not sure if that's going to happen because I only have this evening and the holiday tomorrow to work on it. So I know by the time I see you next week, I will definitely have clue 3 finished, or sorry, clue 4 finished, and hopefully I'll actually also have clue number 5 complete as well. Hopefully it's a completely finished object to show you next week. So without further ado, I will show you where I'm at on this shawl now. So spoiler alert, if you want the mystery to remain a mystery and don't want to see what this looks like yet, I'll put a timestamp up in just a moment to let you know when it's safe to come back. So final warning, spoilers coming up. Alrighty, here we go. So as I mentioned, I am working on clue number 4, and I have a grand total of 2 rows complete on clue number 4. Clue number 5 was this green section here, which I finished up this past week. And also, yeah, clue number 4 was the green plus the darker tan. And I only had half of the tan, the darker tan, finished when I showed it to you last week. So clue number 4 was the green plus the first part here. And as I said, I did the last 3 rows, and I've done 2 rows on clue number 5. So basically that clue number 4, you're not seeing anything. So if you've been looking away, it's safe to look back now. I put it aside. So I'm hoping to finish clue number 4 fairly quickly, and hoping that it's done in time so I can get going on the final clue on Tuesday when that comes out. But we'll see. Right now that's going to be my monogamous focus for the next, probably the next week. Hopefully less, but until I see you next week, that might be the only thing I work on. So the next clue comes out again Tuesday, or the final clue comes out on Tuesday morning, so in a day and a bit, and then the mystery will be done. The shawl will be, that'll be the last clue, the border for it. So I'm excited to get it finished. I'm excited to get it soaked and blocking. I think it's gonna look amazing once it's blocked. Right now it's a kind of a scrunchy bunchy bunch of yarn. Blocking is magic, so we'll see that once once I get it blocked or finished and blocked. The second lap for the Super Sock World Championship started. When did the pattern come out? Saturday? Friday or Saturday? Either Friday or Saturday. Later on Friday, or maybe it was Saturday morning. I think it was later on Friday. They're both color work, not stranded, but color work. One is mosaic. The low octane is a mosaic pattern, and the high octane is intarsia. So I'm opted to sit out of lap 2 because I'm getting behind. I've got behind on my shawl. I'm getting overwhelmed with trying to keep up with both the sock knitting and the shawl pattern. And not to mention my Empress top has been sitting ignored for probably the better part of a month. But the sock patterns, both of them look really cool, especially the high octane, and especially with the color combination that the designer used. The pattern is called Patches. I'm drawing a blank on the designer's name. I'll put that down here. And the way the designer, the pair that she made, the color combination is just so adorable. Basically the pattern, the cuff, heel, and toe are done in one color. The body of the sock is done in another color. And then the intarsia is making you knit little squares, little patches throughout the sock. And I'll try to put a picture of the sock from the designer's page up here so you can see what it looks like. I absolutely love the color combination and the way the designer's socks look. I am in love with those socks. So I know I will be making those socks in the future. Probably sooner rather than later. One thing I do need to do if I'm going to do that is I will need to dye some yarn for it. And she had used what looks like for the main color on the body of the sock. It looks like it's speckled yarn with these bright, vibrant. There's a little fly in here. Sorry. So the squares, the little patches are done in these really bright, vibrant colors, and blues and purples and greens, and it's gorgeous. I absolutely love the socks. So I want to dye some yarn to make my socks look something similar to hers. Kind of copying how hers look, because it's just, what is it? Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. I love the way her socks look, so I want to do kind of my twist of the same kind of feel that her socks have. So I am hoping to get those cast on sometime in the next probably month. I don't think I'll get it done quite right away. First priority is to finish my Miss May shawl. And then I really do need to get going. A whole bunch of motorcycles. A whole bunch of noisy motorcycles. Granted, it is a nice day for being out on a bike. Hey, they're all gone now. They also knocked the train of thought right out of my head. So my main priority right now is to get my Miss May shawl finished. Then I do want to get back to working on my Empress top. I'm going to try to refrain from starting anything new until I get a solid dent put on that sweater, because I do want to wear it while it's still summertime. And potentially I will cast on the lap 3 socks for the Super Sock World Championship contest. I'll see what the pattern is and probably choose one of those. So that's it for my knitting. The past couple days, the past week has been quite busy. I had virtual conference stuff going on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and part of Thursday. My hips were sore by the end of the week from sitting on my tush watching the computer screen. I didn't get as much knitting done as I'd hoped to get done during the conference viewing, because I was taking quite a few notes about the conference and about the different sessions and speakers I was watching. So I didn't get as much done knit-wise as I had hoped, but that's fine. The conferences, there were two different ones. The first one was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The second one was just a short little two and a half hour thing on Thursday. So then on Friday, the hubby and I decided we were going to go out of town for an overnight. And in a town, I guess about an hour, almost hour and a half drive from here, they were having this huge used book sale. And as you can see, I need more books like I need a hole in the head. That's only one shelf. I need more books like I need a hole in the head. So we went to a book sale. And we paid a little bit extra to get early admission on Friday. So early admission was from noon till 4 on Friday, and then general admission started at 4 o'clock on Friday. And with the early admission price, you could come back again on Saturday, you can come back again on Sunday for no additional charge. So we went on Friday. We got there about a little after 12 o'clock. So we were there probably about 10 after 12. And we stayed there till, we were getting ready to leave probably about 4 o'clock when the general admission was, when that flood of people were coming in. So we went to the hotel, then we went out for supper, and we came back to the hotel, or we came back to the book sale on Saturday morning and spent from about 11 till, I think we left about 1:30 or 2. We was only there for a couple hours on Saturday because it was so crowded on Saturday. Friday, the first part when we were there, the first 4 hours was not too bad crowd-wise. I did find quite a few neat books. I will admit I came home with not a ton, but I came home with a goodly number of books. What I think I'll do is I think I might do a video just showing you what books I bought and post that as a separate video in a couple weeks, because on the, I think the 19th of July, I'm going to be flying up to, I think I've talked about trying to organize and plan this trip to go home to visit family. So I booked a flight I opted for flying after all instead of taking the train. I'm flying out on Tuesday, July 19th, and I'll be back here again on Thursday, the 4th of August. I think it's the 4th of August. I'll be back then, and the hubby's not coming with. He's gonna stay home and work and be a bachelor for 2 weeks. So I'll miss 2 Saturdays videotaping when I'm away. So I'm thinking I might film a video with all the books that I bought at the book sale and give you a look at those. Might film some of these. I'd like to get 2 videos up. I'll just schedule them and post them to come up the 2 Saturdays while I'm away. I am hoping to have time and make time to wade through and sort through all of my yarn, but I'm not quite sure if I'll manage to get that done. If I do, I want to videotape that and get that posted. Potentially I might only have 1 video posted while I'm gone. Potentially I might not have anything. I might just have a 2-week break. But both my travel days are going to be long days. One of on the way going west, I have 2 layovers. The first one is in Chicago for about 7 hours. I shall be knitting. I absolutely will be knitting during that time. But, and then I have another, I think I have about 2-hour layover in Minneapolis before I continue west and north from that point. Coming back, I have 4 hours at one airport, 5 hours at the other airport. So I will be taking some basic sock knitting, or basic socks for knitting. I don't think I'll take anything more complicated than that, because I really don't want to cart a lot with me extra. I don't want to take things to work on a sweater, because I really just don't want to take that much yarn. But I probably will take the materials for probably 2 pair of socks, because I think that probably will be enough. Because once I'm there, it'll be a lot of visiting time, and I probably won't be doing a lot of heavy duty knitting, just regular, just a little bit here, a little bit there, because there'll be just a lot of visiting going on. So those are my plans for the next while. Like I say, this week coming up, my prime focus is getting my Miss May shawl done. As soon as that's done, then I'll probably get back to the Empress top until the next round of the lap 3 socks come out, and then I'll make a decision about what I want to do about that. So I think that about sums up my week. I better get going on getting the editing done on this and get it uploaded for you guys a day late. Oh well. Anyway, I'm hoping you're having, if you're in the US, I hope you are having a wonderful long weekend, a wonderful holiday weekend. If you're somewhere else in the world, I hope you had a nice weekend, and I look forward to seeing you guys again in a week. Take care. Bye.